Hey everybody! Welcome back to another installment of Randy's Beer Garden, the channel where you got a friend in me. Do, 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 do. I was just having a conversation with my dad about famous Randys, and of course, the first one I thought of was the great singer-songwriter Randy Newman. He suggested, well, how about the guitar player from Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads, who I also love. Um, I think they're both equally valid. Please leave a comment. Tell me who your favorite famous Randy is. And so today we're going to be looking at a little bit of a different take on the autumn beer style. This is Southern Tier's Harvest Autumn IPA, which I think it's a really lovely looking beer. The label art, I mean, and it just recalls all of those wonderful memories of the season. We're falling head first into autumn, and the smell of leaves and those bright purples and oranges, and the feeling of tucking your little snoot into a sweater. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time of year. This will be my first time trying this particular beer. Overall, I would say Southern Tier is one of those brewing companies that's kind of hard to predict for me. Some of their stuff is fantastic. I would say a lot of their year-round offerings are a little bit too harsh with hops for me personally. I'm more of a malty guy, which is why I love Oktoberfest so much. But I can still get down with an IPA, a well-made IPA, for sure. The only other beer we've done besides Oktoberfest was that Cujo Coffee Porter, which was amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying something a little different on this channel. Definitely. You hopheads know. So, full disclosure, I already cracked this, and then I had a problem with my lighting rig, so I had to stop the video and redo it. But, whatever. It's not a huge deal. It's warmed up to almost room temperature now. I've got my medieval times glass, and we are ready to pour. So, without further ado, commence-a-con. I did sniff it out of the bottle a little bit, and there was not much of a smell. Little bit of light herbal hop smell, and that's about it. Lovely head. Lovely head. Looking very similar to a lot of the Oktoberfests we've tried, actually. Oh, yeah, look at that. Glorious. Glorious. This is pretty. I must say, this is a very pretty beer. Just like the Oktoberfest we looked at yesterday, the Hofbräu. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous beer. Finish off the pour here. That's all she wrote. Woo. Excellent. I gotta say, this is tantalizing to look at. On a fall day. Kind of nasty out today. Cold, rainy. This is exactly what you need to perk up your spirits. And just to let you know, this is not going to be the last Southern Tier beer we check out. Hint, hint. My little pumpkin necklace. They're little pumpkins. Hint, hint on the pumpkins. All right, so yeah, once again, very muted smell. Almost kind of reminds me of pancakes, pancake batter. Yeah, a little bit yeasty, but not much else going on. Big foamy head, gorgeous. Still like more than 3 finger head retention, so that's good because this is a little while after the pour now. Looking good, looking good. All right, let's give it a sip. Bready, little bit winey, or perhaps some kind of like a distilled beverage in there in the background, which is not unpleasant. Almost like a corn whiskey kind of a smell. Just a hint of it. Yeah, it's like in the aroma and the taste, but it's just barely there. Like you really got to look for it. Mostly, mostly corn, I would say, which makes sense for a beer named Harvest. You would expect there to be corn in the taste. Yeah, cornflake, a little bit of biscuity, or perhaps even like pizza dough, kind of a yeast. and a little bit of that whiskey thing in the back, and not much else going on. It's pretty simple. It's crackery. There's a little bit of a cracker, some kind of like a rye maybe cracker, like something heavy, a heavy kind of a dough. But overall, for something that's 6.7% alcohol, it really is very light and crisp, I would say. It's got an 86 on Beer Advocate, which seems about appropriate for what it is. I would venture to suggest. Maybe it's a little bit too alcoholic for some. If you're somebody who prefers light beers a la Corona Premier or any Michelob Ultra, any of those like ultralight type beers, this might be a little bit heavy going for you. Trust me, brothers and sisters, I get it. By the way, I don't mean to be transphobic. Brothers, sisters, and otherwise. Love everybody. Everybody who loves beer, I love you. And this beer, I wouldn't say that I necessarily adore it. It is leaving a good amount of lacing on the glass, so that's a good thing. I like that. It's definitely a little bit resinous. There's some heaviness to this flavor for sure, but it's definitely not that complex. So that to me is a knock against it. I'm going to say that for me personally, this is once again a 7 out of 10 gazufas. It's refreshing and crisp for something that calls itself an IPA and has 6.7% alcohol, but I don't think you're going to convert anybody with this. Like, nobody's going to be like, ooh, I want to like IPAs, but I just don't like that resiny hops thing, so let me try this. I don't think this is going to win you over. You might think, like, it's pretty good. And that's what I say. It's pretty good. It's probably a little better than pretty good. 86 on Beer Advocate seems a little generous to me, to be honest. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 gazufas. Still pretty good, but probably not worth seeking out unless you're really into this specific type of beer. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's good. It's better than okay. But I would say, yeah, for the price point, you can do better. That's my personal opinion, obviously. Anywho, always wonderful to join you guys in the beer garden. Can't wait for our next installment. Ding, 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 ding. Over here, this guy, doodly doots. You'll see why. Love you guys. Bye bye.